Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Grits. We're exploring the StarCraft original game. We're currently playing the humans. We have our first mission here, and I will go ahead and hit this replay so that we can see what it is that we're supposed to be doing in this episode.
Adjutant online. Good evening, Magistrate. I'll fill you in on what's been happening. Confederate traffic has increased substantially within the system due to the recent Protoss destruction of the Chow Sara colony. The Confederates have tightened security on all outlying systems, and it's likely that this colony will be locked down as well. An encrypted Confederate transmission came for you while you were at dinner. Replaying transmission.
Greetings, Magistrate. I'm General Edmund Duke of the Confederate Security Forces Alpha Squadron. The Confederacy has quarantined this entire planet, and we'll proceed with a lockdown within 48 hours. You're to relocate your core colonists to the outlying wastelands. Now, I know there won't be any problems with these new arrangements.
Transmission ended. I have contacted the local marshal, James Rayner. Rayner has agreed to meet your personnel en route and escort them to the new wasteland site.
Okay, now I'll be playing these briefings at the beginning of each mission. Go ahead and leave me a comment below to let me know, did you like to see the briefing at the end of the other video as well? Kind of a teaser of what's to come? Or do you just want to see the briefings at the beginning of the mission? Okay, our objectives is to find James Rayner, build a barracks, and train 10 Marines. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, tips. Units can be ordered to move, attack, gather resources, or repair other units and buildings automatically. With the unit selected, right-click on the area or target where the action will be performed. You can select multiple units by clicking and dragging a box around them. You could hold control and individually click the units.
These Confederates think they can push anybody around.
Okay, you can see on the mini-map we're in the upper left, and they've gone ahead and gotten rid of the fog of war, telling us where we need to go. So let's go ahead and
Checked up and good to go.
we'll select the Marines. And let's hit the A for attack and get them moving forward.
Outstanding.
Now we're not going to want the SCVs to fall too far behind because they'll be unprotected. So let's go ahead and get them in line right behind them.
Orders received.
And I do apologize for the screen jumping around. Game is very sensitive, and at this point, let's see if we can knock it down another notch. Didn't seem to help much in the last video. And let's change that too.
Checked up and good to go. Outstanding.
Let's go ahead and move them all together. It does look like the SCVs travel quicker, so actually we are going to want to keep them separate.
Outstanding. I read you. Affirmative. Standing by. Rock and roll.
Howdy, boys. I'm Jim Rayner, marshal of these parts.
Excellent, so we found Rayner. We now have to keep him alive.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Go ahead, Commander.
So let's go
Anytime you're ready.
ahead and let the Marines go out front.
Let's move.
Oh, yeah.
Give me something to shoot. Rock and roll. Go,
Okay.
go, go.
Looks like we're here at camp. We have a nondescript structure. There's nothing we can do with that. Appears we have a supply depot, a command center already set up.
This is Jimmy.
Let's go ahead and get
Standing by.
these non-working personnel out of the way, and let's get the SCVs collecting materials. Now, I can click on the SCV, I can right-click directly onto the material. It knows what I want it to do, so it will start collecting it and immediately return it to the command center. I can also double-click on a particular unit and will select all units of that type.
Orders received.
So I'm going to want to select one of these SCVs, and when we get, we go to the build menu, the supply depot is 100. So when we get to 100 materials, we can go ahead and peel him off and have him start working on the first supply depot. There we go, we're at 112, so we'll click supply and send him up there to build. Now, like I said in the past, when he's done building, he's just going to stand right there and do nothing. So let's go ahead and hold down the, I believe it's the shift key, and right click. No, let's try the control key. Okay, looks like I have been babied by StarCraft 2, and we cannot set waypoints, so we'll just let him run. Now we're up to 100 materials again, so we can go ahead and break off a second one and have him build a supply depot, the third supply depot. We need to get this guy back to work.
Orders received.
Let's go ahead and take a look at what our mission objectives were. We need to build a barracks, train 10 Marines, and get Jim. So, by building these supply depots, we have increased the number of slots. As you can see here, we're from 10 to 26, so we now have room to build the extra Marines. So, let's go ahead and select another SCV, go into the build menu, and barracks cost 150. So as soon as our materials get up to 150, we'll be able to start building the barracks. Okay, we're at 144, 152. So let's go ahead and build the barracks, and we'll put it up front here, where we would expect the nasties to come in at. And then let's go ahead and move our fighting units up to the front line. Okay, this SCV is done. We can get him back to work.
Right away, sir.
Standing by.
Go, go, go.
Okay, we're back up to 100 materials. I didn't see any Vespian geysers, so we can't get any gas. Some of the structures and the units you'll build need gas. All of them will require materials, and so it just depends on what you have available as to what you can build. We know that the command centers give us the ability to create additional SCVs.
Infantry units such as Marines can be trained at this facility.
So let's go ahead and get this SCV back to work.
Orders received.
Now, if we click on the barracks, we can see that we just have one option right now, which is train a Marine. It requires 50 material and one slot. We are currently using 10 out of 34, and we have nearly 300. So we can go ahead and click on it. We can actually queue up additional units up to a total of 5 at a time. You can see it immediately took the materials away, so you want to be careful on queuing things up, because if there's not enough materials, it won't even let you queue it up. You can see that this is the Marine we just got. Now, if we click on the structure, the building structure, and right-click somewhere on the board, Nope, we'll need to hit R for rally point.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Then we can click, and that's where the Marines will go after they're built. Upper left-hand corner, we got 7 out of 10 Marines.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Can be a little grindy in the beginning, but at the beginning of each mission, actually.
You want a piece of me, boy?
The other thing is if you watched other Let's Plays and walkthroughs with these games, most people will just kind of run headlong into whatever the mission is. I tend to be a little bit more conservative. I like to build up a good, strong base before I move out and attempt to accomplish the missions. Okay, that's the 10 out of 10. So, with this, we'll go ahead and call this the end of this mission. If you like the video, please hit like. It definitely helps my channel. And please comment below on whether or not you would like the briefings at the end of each video as well as at the beginning. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and end it here. And until next time, be safe.